Hey y'all, so I'm just gonna do like a quick get ready with me kind of thing because I'm just gonna go and celebrate with some friends tonight and just hang out with them for a little bit. You're gonna see me looking down into my mirror a lot because a lot of my eye makeup I can't just do like in the little viewfinder thing or whatever it's called that's over here. The little thing that I can see myself. Anyway, so I'm just gonna do kind of like a little get ready with me. You'll probably see me drinking all my Starbucks coffee like the whole time because I'm addicted. It's fine. Whatever. And maybe give some mini reviews or something. I don't know. We'll see. I just realized that the color that I was planning half of my look on, which is the look that I was going to try to recreate for y'all today, it's at work and I don't go into work till tomorrow, and I'm not going into work since it's closed just to get a lipstick. So anyway, if my lighting goes out, it's because this lighting is just absolute crap. The sun keeps disappearing behind the clouds, and that's all the lighting that I pretty much ever use. So anyway, bear with me and keep watching. Alright, to start off, usually I get this stuff. It's like this, I don't even know if it will, there we go, focus in. It's called Hey Honey. It's like a facial serum, and I pretty much just kind of prep my face with it ever so often when I'm doing a full on, full foundation, the whole works thing. This is the NYX. I used to not really like this stuff, but I think I found out that it was more of the product that I was putting over it. Just gonna use kind of my old formula here. I use a mixture of Born This Way foundation, and I use the shade Sand, but I only use a couple drops of it. And I use this foundation. I kind of don't like this foundation at all. But the only thing I really use it for is my actual skin color in the winter. I'm not gonna buy a time my foundation doesn't match me, so I kind of mix foundations a lot. And especially when I am in the winter and stuff like that, I'll add an oil to mine, if you can see that. It's a Tarte Maracuja oil. Am I pronouncing it right? See, I put a drop of the Sand, and then I have my normal skin color foundation. Alright, this brush is not from the Artiste line, even though it kind of looks exactly like it. It's from, I don't remember, I'll try to find the name of it. They're called mermaid brushes or something, so maybe that'll help me find who the manufacturers are. The only problem with these brushes, they're for the whole pack of them, you pretty much get the price of one Artiste brush. And I get why you would pay for the nice one. I don't agree with the price at all, but the only problem that I have with these are that they do weird, because the lighting is just so bright in my room, you can't really tell on camera the kind of markings that the brush left on my face. So I usually have to use a beauty blender to kind of go over my nose area and maybe around my mouth, because that's typically where it doesn't do as well, because it's not the flat surface like the rest of my face. For concealer today, I'm going to be using the Fit Me concealer. I need another one. This one's almost empty, and I'm pretty sure that this one was a refill a month ago. I use these things so freaking much. Sometimes I use this as my foundation. Kind of gives me a little bit of a yellowy, or more yellowy cast. But once I bronze and everything, then you can't really even tell. And I have a yellowy skin tone anyway. Just gonna put this on. I don't typically use as much as a lot of beauty people do, just because I don't need that much coverage. I just need a little bit. And I will use my Real Technique sponge to blend this out. Sponges are the only things that seem to ever really blend out all of my makeup. For my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Eraser Dark Circle, whatever, in Light. And I just use this as my eyeshadow base. I had an eyeshadow base, and I probably still have it somewhere hidden. I don't know. My beauty room currently is, I call it my beauty room. It's really the craft room, extra room, my mom's craft room, exercise room / dump room. And there's so many things going on in there. But that's not even like why I'm not even using that right now. I can't find half my stuff because currently there's a massive hole in the floor. My dad is currently working, and when you hear the radio turn on or anything like that, it's him working on the floor. I may add a little excerpt in there to show y'all the enormous freaking hole that is in our house currently. Currently taking over everything, even my vanity. Doing this with the Coty Airspun powder. I do like this stuff. The scent lingers for a little bit too long. I would prefer it not to linger at all. It's not my favorite scent. It's not the worst scent in the world either, but it's not really that great. And I just kind of like bake on the areas that I know especially will either oil up or crease. And then with the rest of it, I'm going to take my e.l.f. I don't even know what this thing is called, to be honest. Maybe I'll find the name of it somewhere. It's just like this enormous e.l.f. brush. It's from their newest line. I'm just going to take a little bit of that powder. So for this like next step, I've been like freakishly pale recently, so I'm just going to bronze up the face using my butter bronzer. I don't know if you can see that from the glare from the window. Anyway, and then I'm going to contour a little bit because I'm feeling a little extra today. So, you know. First I'm going to bronze up the face. And I'm going to be using this brush. This is a brush from, if you watch Kristen Laria, I think is how you pronounce her name. I think her name is Kristen Johns now because she just got married. She's this really, really beautiful, sweet human being. She's this YouTuber that gave a really nice code for Vanity Fair brushes. And I got like a kit of them because I was like, oh, I'll use these for my actual makeup kit for like work and stuff. Well, actually, there are some really good brushes in there. But when I'm looking for certain brushes, I want them not to be as soft as these ones were. That's the only downside to these brushes. They are very good quality. I really like them. But they're very, very soft. And unless you're doing, you know, some face makeup like this, like there wasn't really like a contour brush. There was a fan brush, but it was so flimsy that it was just like, can't really, I don't know. Unless the pigment's like super, super highlighty, like super strobing light fixture kind of thing, light fixture, then you can't really use really, really super soft brushes like that. Okay, I think it bronzed up enough. I've been bronzing for like 5 minutes straight. I really do love this brush, and I do love some of the other ones. They're just not brushes I would probably use in my makeup kit. For contour, I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild. This is the Dulce de Leche contour palette. I don't really like setting with the yellow powder. I find that it makes my face oily and it breaks down pretty quickly. I can use it when I do like full face of this kind of stuff, but I can't use it if I'm just using a lighter foundation. Using this Wet n Wild brush. I love this thing. I think it's like a $1 or $2 brush. It's so good. It's very stiff to make it really pretty good for contouring, and it's angled too, so it kind of helps. And I just like patting this all the hollows of my cheekbones. Now blush I'm going to be using, this is like my favorite blush, and I think I used it in one of my first videos or something. I have a feeling I did. But this is the Mellow Cosmetics face blush in bronze, and it's really like, it's a really light, beautiful shade. And for using this Ofra highlighter in, this is their Beverly Hills highlight. There's like, okay, I had to do the math there. There's like 5 shades in here. They're all really good. I think this bronze one is just a little bit dark for me, and I don't find myself using the lavender one very much. Maybe during the spring I might play around with that a little bit more. But I do use this white and this gold one a whole lot. I'm using the gold one, and I usually put this just on my finger and just kind of run it up right on the tops of my cheekbones. Right up here. And just kind of blend that. It's not a super intense highlight, but it's very, I don't know. I love it. I'm not a huge highlighter person, but ever since I got this one, I just love it. Now for the eyes. I've already done my eyebrows. I kind of did them a little bit off camera. And I'm just going to be dipping into this Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This has been like my absolute favorite the past, I don't know, couple weeks actually. To give a little background, my eyelids have had like the weirdest phase where they are like super dry. And it's only this one. Like this one went through it for like 2 days and then just stopped. And then I ended up really, I was getting really super annoyed with it. And so for the past like 2 weeks, I haven't worn any makeup on my eyelids. I wore one like one day just to see kind of like how it did. And then I just put cortisone cream on it like every night that I could. I was putting this Nude eye cream stuff that I had. It was left over from a school kit. And I was like, oh, I'll just, you know, use this and I'll be fine. And it's worked before, but it was just not making it any better. And I couldn't figure out why they were drying out so bad. That's why I kind of changed in my February favorites like blog posts, and I'll try to leave a link below if I remember. In that post, I kind of tell you that like what my favorite cleanser has been recently. Using this e.l.f. brush here with, I'm gonna go in with Georgia and Candied Peach. And I'm just going to be using like these 3 like pinky peach shades. And I'm just going to kind of build that up in the corner right here. But topping off the excess. But during all of this, I was using that Nude hydrating whatever, like eye cream or whatever. It wasn't really that hydrating, to be honest. And I've used it in the past, and so I was thinking that it was still going to work for me, and it just wasn't doing it. My eyelids were actually so dry that they began to kind of flake, but it was only like right here. It was so weird. But it wouldn't like peel off, it wouldn't like stop. And so I stopped wearing makeup, and I had a friend, and she works in a eye doctor appointment or whatever. She was the model in my last video, or my last hair video that I had a model for, actually, because I'll probably end up posting this a little bit later. So there's gonna be another video. And I was telling her what was happening, and I was like, what is going on with my eyes? You know, what am I doing here that's so wrong? And she was like, well, what are you using? So I showed her the Murad eye cream. I said, well, I've been using this a lot. I know that's not what caused it, because I wasn't using it before, but I keep putting it on there and it's not going away. And she told me that it has retinol in it, and she was saying that the retinol was actually, it's like a stripper, and it was stripping my eyes on top of it. So instead of helping my eyes heal, it was just stripping it over and over and over again. And that drove me a little bit crazy, because I thought, oh my gosh, this could have cleared up so long ago. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start building up. I'm going to use this Pure and Candy Peach. I suck at pronunciations, y'all. You already know. I'm using this brush that I got I got it in my BoxyCharm. It's by Sedona Lace. And it's a pretty good brush. It's very, very soft. I love it. And I'm just going to only focus this in like the outer corner and kind of blow it out a little bit past my eye. And I'm only going to be using it here in this corner. So after all that, I kind of quit putting on eyeshadow for a little bit. Kind of went more natural look. I even stopped wearing as much foundation. So it just, you know, a little bit more natural, and it finally started healing. It's still a little bit dry, and I don't really know what's causing it, because when I first did it, I thought it was old makeup, and I almost threw out a palette. I was like, oh, this thing is really super old. I bet that's what's doing it. And I didn't throw it out. I'm really glad I didn't, because I don't think that's what it was. It's a really expensive palette to be throwing out. So I'm glad I didn't end up doing that. I'm just going to keep buffing this out. I kind of use like a mixture between like these three shades, not this one. That's later. And I'm just going to be, I kind of build up Charmed, I'm sure that's that brown shade. And I kind of focus that first in the corner. And then later I slowly add in some of that purple of Delectable, and I add a little bit of Talk Derby to me. That is a very peculiar name. I'm gonna take Morphe fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna kind of buff these all out, make sure they're really well blended. For the bottom last, I have this Mud brush. For those of you who don't know Mud, it's like a makeup artist brand. It's Makeup Designery is what it's called. And I'm going to be taking these peachy shades first, up here, not down here, that's brown. I'm going to be taking these peachy shades first and kind of build that up just slightly underneath the eye right here. I'm going to add Pure in, and then in the very tight line, I'm going to add the purple and this taupey color up here. But, oh, I never did tell y'all. I kind of briefly mentioned it in like one blog post. And I don't even remember which blog post it was, to be honest. Because I've been writing like 7 blog posts today, just because I've had so many ideas in my head and I really just want to get them down. And I'm just going to tell y'all a little bit about May. So my salon kind of partners up with Goldwell. It's a color line for a salon. It's mainly what we use in our salon. We use a little bit of Shades EQ, but we also use Goldwell, and that's like the main color. Well, they have a class, it's a balayage class for balayage. For those of you who don't know what balayage is, it's a technique of free hand painting. It's like highlights but less stripy. Like when I get back, I plan on actually getting my own hair balayaged, which is super fun because I've never actually had hair color at all in my hair. I'm just going to be taking this white peach shade up here in the corner. It's like the lightest like whitey color. I'm just going to be kind of using this little fan brush to kind of brighten up underneath my brow. And I'm going to be adding that white shade from my Ofra highlighter. And I'm using that and that goldy shade as my inner corner highlight. Alright, I didn't even add this to my February favorites, and I'm kind of salty about it because this is literally like the best mascara right now. I don't know why I love it so much. Oh, it's not expected either. This is the Balm mascara called Mad Lash. It's a noir mascara, which means it's black. For those of you who don't know what noir means. It doesn't mean black, by the way. It's just... if you know what noir means, you understand why it's black. Anyway, I did start off with a story, and I literally almost never finish a story because I interrupt my own self, and I end up not even finishing what I was going to tell y'all, which is kind of hilarious, but also kind of sad, because it's like I'm Doug the dog from Up, where he's like, squirrel! You know, that's me. The color Nude Nuance, and this is by Maybelline? Yeah, Maybelline. See, I'm good with names. Just gonna coat